Welcome guys to a brand new series. It's been a while since I did one last, so yeah, let's show you what I have planned for you today. So in this playthrough, I'm going to be playing with what's called Industrial Revolution. It's a somewhat new mod, I think, giving us a few things. Of course, I have even distribution as well. Going with Robot World one more time, since I do love my robots. I do have a bit of LTN as well, and even distribution. And I'm just showing you the settings so you know how it's all gonna look. But without much further ado, let's get on with this series. So I'm just gonna grab a bit of coal and stone before I get into the mod. So as you can see, a lot of things have changed. The ammo looks different, the miners looks different, we have copper mining drill, we have stone furnaces, and we have a ton of different things. So I spent about a few minutes just checking it out, trying to figure out what to do, and yeah, I think it's going to be a very cool mod to play through, a mod pack even to play through. So first things first, as you can see, everything is made of copper and stone. That is pretty much because we're in the copper age. Everything is made out of copper and tin. We don't even have access to iron yet. So that's gonna be very exciting. If we look at the science for this mod pack, as you can see, almost everything in the beginning is made of copper. Then we go on to the Bronze Age, getting some bronze alloying and whatnot, getting us some kind of mono wheel. It's gonna be very exciting to get this one. Sounds pretty cool. So yeah, continuing down to the Bronze Age, down to Iron Age, getting more and more advanced as we go on, getting our circuits. Continuing down to Steel Age, I think is the next one. And on to what is the next age we want to get to. Let's see, there's some kind of Chrome Age down here. And continuing down, I wonder if we can just search age. Can, we have the Chrome Age, and then we have Future Age. So that is pretty much what we're going for this Let's Play. I'm not quite sure what the end game is and how it works, but we will definitely find out. But first things first, let's do our completely normal setup for the coal. Just getting this up and running. From what I understand, they seem like they have the same kind of inputs as a normal burner mining drill. So we should be able to automate it just like this. Also, let's grab some tin. Let's just do it right here. And let's place one on the copper as well. Just right here. Get a small stone furnace for it to throw into. And let's go down here as well. Maybe putting down 2 of these for later expansion. So let's put in some coal. There we go. That will kick off our tin production. Let's do a copper up here. And then look at what we need to get done. One of the first things we should work towards, other than getting ourselves some defense from the ever growing in power biters, is pretty much getting some more mining drills. I think that will be a good start. So let's look at this. Oh yeah, I forgot to set the furnace and do the same for our tin one. Tin, smelting. And then we can go grab a bit of stone by hand while I try to explain my plan for this series. So, as I said before, the plan is to go through all of the ages, and yeah, that is pretty much the plan. I don't know if it ends by launching a rocket, But I'm quite sure it doesn't, because down here we have space surveying, probes and equipment. So I'm guessing there's something to do with a protonic cannon. That sounds cool. So there might be something to do in space. But that's something we'll get to when we cross that bridge. So continuing on, we pretty much have to grab a bit of wood now, while we wait for our tin and copper to process, so we can start to expand out our production. As with earlier playthroughs, I think a good start will be to get what's it called? A main bus. The reason for this is that the robots, as the display wants, is locked behind iron. And iron is after the Bronze Age, and then we get to the Iron Age. So it will be a little while before we can go into all the automation of robots. So let's see if we can't start to grab some of the items we need. It seems like copper is more important than tin, which is quite understandable in, what's it called? The Copper Age. So here we go, inputs. Let's see if we can get the rest of what we need quite easily. And I pretty much just need my copper to be up and running now. So this will be a slow start, as Factorio normally are. But with a completely new mod pack, this is going to be extremely exciting. But to go a bit deeper into this mod pack, from what I understand from the small mod reading I've done, it's somewhat of a Bob Angels kind of mod pack, just a bit more for the casual side. So it should be something that everyone can just jump into without being extremely overwhelmed, like the case is if you think about Bobs and Angels. So that is pretty much just trying to get into this, see if we can get something up and running, and hopefully this will be extremely cool. I'm at least looking forward to it very, very much. So continuing on, copper mining drill. I'll just do a standard setup here until we have enough to make a setup. Even though the normal setups might be a bit larger, because as you can see, the miners are bigger, the stone furnace is bigger. I'm not quite sure if we get one that's smaller later on. There we go. Oh, didn't mean to take the coal. Let's go back in. So now we are running quite well. Starting to get ourselves a bit of a surplus of copper and tin. And then we can start to continue on to the next part of this, which is start to get some automation up and running. And to get that, we pretty much just need to get something called automation space or science pack. That's pretty much just copper and tin. We also need to grab one what's called laboratory, and that is still quite expensive in regard to what we have available at the moment. Luckily, we can pick up quite a bit of copper. Let's just get a bit more of this. And then get its research. So the first thing I pretty much want is automation. I think that is my most important thing, since I kind of hope that the biases will keep themselves away from the base, at least until I get automation, and then I'll get turrets afterwards, and then we should be safe for a little while. So any more? No, I think this might be quite good for a start. So let's save up for. Oh, that also needs one less that runs on combustion powered. Yeah, so we should be able to run it without electric power, and that is fine since we don't really have any at the moment. So so that is perfect. Fuel. And let's do one more copper mining drill. Pick up some more here. And now they can just keep working while we grab some more from down here. So that's one laboratory. And as you can see, there's quite a lot of handcrafting in the beginning. It has a lot of components. And it might be the way that it makes it. It looks like it makes it 2 needs for 1. Then it makes 1 core plate into that one. So it's more spread out instead of just making 50 of one, then going on to the next one. And that is actually something I think is quite cool. Let's also get some stone mined. Let's just get ourselves a small chest. And let's just get a tin one. Since I'd rather save our wood for now. Well, that's a lot of things. So let's get 30 of these. I think that should be around 30. That needs to be handcrafted before we can go on to anything more exciting. So while we wait for all this to handcraft, let's grab some wood. So we won't run out of that anytime soon. But while we wait for this, I can talk a bit about where I've been for the last somewhat three weeks. If you joined my Discord or is a patron and been chatting with me there, you'll know that I've moved from one city to another. That has mostly to do with me getting a new job and my girlfriend getting a new job. So yeah, in the last 3 weeks, I've moved from my old apartment or our old apartment to a new one, and I've got a new job. Started about a week ago, or exactly a week ago. So everything is very new. There's a ton of things to learn and pretty much organize our entire apartment, which does take a little while. But now I finally have got my office and recording area set up. And yeah, so hopefully we'll get back to a steady schedule of 1 episode per day. But I can't make any promises for the next few weeks. But we will get back to that very soon. So hopefully you'll like and subscribe and hit that bell button. I think that will help you to know when I put up an episode. But back to this game, and enough with the storytelling about my real life. Unless you want to hear more, then do say so in the comments. But now we have our copper laboratory. So that means automation is being researched. And as soon as that is done, we will be able to start the automation part of Factorio, which is always the most exciting part. There we go, bit of coal. Let's just give this a small amount. There we go. And if you don't know, what I just did there was even distribution. It's a mod that lets me split out the coal between all the things without or pretty much anything to be split out without getting stuck with an uneven distribution. Now let's see here. More automation for you. Should be the last 20 we need right there. Sorry about that. And then let's get yourself a bit of armor in case the biters want to come by and say hello. Yeah, let's clear out some of these rocks that are in our way. But as I was saying, my real life should be normalizing now, so do join me on Discord. We have a quite nice time there, so hopefully you'll join and say hello. But what are you guys doing? Oh, it can't keep up. We're pretty much just full of copper now. Since this one produces, I have a 0.6 mining speed. I'm guessing that's way faster than these can consume them. So we have quite a bit of surplus at the moment. That is fine. Doesn't bother me at all. We just kind of need to get this done. So one more lab gets probably. Let's get some more stone furnaces. Actually, let's get some stone. No, that's fine. Let's do it like this. Getting some more stone furnaces so we can just keep expanding our production. Since our bottleneck right now is not the miners, they're keeping up just fine. It's pretty much our smelting arrays and our laboratories. So let's see here. More wood would be good. And to be honest, we could also start to plan out where we should do our main bus. I do have some old blueprints. Might just make some new ones, since this is an entirely new mod pack that I haven't done before. So yeah, let's make it all from scratch, so you can all follow along. And as always, I will have the map string and the mod list in the description of the videos. So if you want to follow along, you will be able to. So yeah, that will be very awesome if we could chat about your progress as well. And you could give me some hints if I undoubtedly is gonna make some mistakes. A sapling. I was just trying to see if I can plant it. That was a bit silly. But oh well, that is fine. So let's just grab one more for down here. And stone furnaces are made after the laboratory. So now we can get into the automation part. Oh, pretty much. And as always, I'm gonna use my trusty. No, I can't use my trusty setup yet. But I will do it very, very soon, so I can expand into robots as soon as we hit the Iron Age. But one thing I actually saw in the research tree, don't know if it told you guys, but look at that, a clockwork punk bot. What I think this is construction robots, early game construction robots. A primitive construction robot, but it gets the job done eventually. So I'm guessing it's extremely slow, but we'll be able to build a base for us. And that is actually all I want. Did I completely? Oh, it's only 10, so I made way too much science. Well, that is fine. And that was the automation. Let's get... I'm guessing we need the splitters very soon. And the turrets. Let's get the splitter soon, and let's get the turrets afterwards. And we might just get the mono wheel. It's quite easy. Now, let's just get these two first, and hopefully that will give us a bit more to do, since I really need these ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just get 4 here in the beginning. And hopefully that will enable us to craft a lot of the early game items. Because look how many things there are. That is a lot. There we go. That to give us the next part extremely fast. That's the copper we need. And now we have a bit of tin. So the first thing we should pretty much automate, I'm guessing, is some of the things we use to make the assemblers. I think that will be quite a good thing. And look how much they require to craft. Holy moly, we need to get automation up and running very, very soon. That is insane, guys. We're also able to dismantle things. Wooden chest assembly. You may attempt to disassemble this product to recover parts. Recovered products shown are in an indicative average. You may receive more or less or nothing. Okay, so this gives like 3 planks and it costs 6 to make. So it's not really that good to disassemble items. But it is something we can do to get things back. I will not disassemble these chests though. As you can see, they give back blue and red circuits, even though I can craft them for green circuits right here because of the robot world mod. So the robots world mod. So let's not cheat that way. That will be extremely bad thing to do. But while we are waiting, let's just put down 2 of these. Set them to right there. Grab some copper. And some fuel. There we go. And there it is. The first crafting thingamajig. And what do you want this to make? What do you use a lot? Copper plates. Yeah, it just kind of needs to make copper plates, to be honest. Oh, look at those animations. It looks pretty cool, and the sound's also quite good as well. Might want to turn down the sound a bit, but for now, I think it's good. Cool. So let's go down and grab some more copper. Right here. Get all of this up and running with inserters and whatnot. Let's just stop these and see if we can't get one made a bit faster. Yep, that is way faster. We are a lot closer now than we were before. At least I think so. I might be completely wrong. But hopefully I'm not. Let's grab this. And here's the second one. What else do we want to automate what is needed a lot. Iron the rods, and that needs just copper ingots. So let's grab some, yeah, iron rods. There we go. That's 2 things automated, and that is needed for making these. Just listen to that. No, that's quite cool. I'm loving the automation, not the automation, the animations, and the people are getting extremely good at making in-game items that looks so cool. Just look at that. That's quite nice as well. So let's grab some of this and see if we can't do one more. Make it a bit faster this time. Like that. More automation. Let's see, what do you need? You just need burner things. Oh, Shift E to the side it drops on. That's quite nice. So don't have to do a lot of the balancing we normally do. What is the next thing we want to get? Let's see. Oh no. Holy moly. Calm down. I know what I have to make now, because they are... Woo. Look at that, guys. The biters are quite aggressive. So we need to get some turrets. I'm missing one to research it. Oh, it's because it's split it up like that. That was a bit annoying. Oh well. Let's just get turrets researched, and then yeah, it seems the world's a bit more dangerous than I thought. That is just how it goes once in a while. There we go, and turrets needs some of these. And this needs to get some of the things we need. What should we make in this one, guys? Wood beams might be good. Yeah, let's make some wood beams. And let's just grab a small amount of coal. Set up a small amount of defense, so the biters doesn't grab us by surprise one more time. I definitely want more than one. And they completely destroyed our entire setup. So what I'm thinking of doing right now, a shattergun turret. So does it need shotgun ammo? It seems so. Let's just get a few down here to protect ourselves. And it seems we need to make copper bearings as well, just to get this a bit easier. There we go. So oh, so it's a shotgun turret. That's quite cool. Let's just get a fourth one. Get a minus up and running again, and then let's call that an episode. So we need to make a ton more things. Let's see if this is quite easy to make now. It's not that easy to make, but it's a lot easier than it was before. So yeah, those biters really did a number on us. Took out our most important production. Oh well, That's what happens once in a while. Let's grab that. Let's make a few more of these. That did set us back a few minutes. But I think this is a somewhat decent place to stop. Do tell me what you think about this series. I think it's gonna be something we haven't seen before, and hopefully it'll be something you'll enjoy watching. So thank you so much for watching. I've been Dgray, and I'll see you next episode. Bye guys.